Alright, what's up guys? Finally I'm back with this video. I'm just ready to just jump right into it just because, man, I've been trying to do so much stuff with this car. Stuff just wasn't working out. Like, I have a roof rack. My old roof rack system, it's just not fully working. Like, the front part of it, it's the bolt just kind of like locked up. So, a little bit frustrated with that. But, without further ado, let's jump right into this video. Finally, we're going to cut the fenders out, the rust out, and then we're going to go and like attach the fender flares. Now, the kit that I bought, well, I didn't, not really the kit. The fender flares themselves were generic ones, which I have a link in the description below if you're interested to see which ones I bought. They didn't come with any hardware, so I had to go to, I went to like a hardware store and just found some random hardware that I think will match up correctly with it. I'm not fully sure. Hopefully this does. So I bought enough for the rear. If everything matches up right, I'll go back to the store, I'll buy it for the front. So there goes that. But without further ado, let's jump right into this thing. I'm super excited. So let's get started. Okay, so what did I learn? The cutting blade that I have is not super sharp. I think the one that I have is not really meant to cut through metal, but honestly I think it's okay just because I'm not going to cut all the way up. Like I thought I was going to cut like all the way up, but honestly the car is not pretty. I'm only really trying to do this to cover up the rust. I'm gonna still sand it down and like spray. I'm cutting out as much as I possibly can, but I'm gonna like just still sand it down and then spray it off with just like some protective coating. It's not really like the best I'm trying to accomplish. I think this will be fine. A lot of rust is coming off. I'm just peeling it off too. So I'm gonna just get it as much as I possibly can on the outer layer, sand it down a bit, then spray it off. Then I'm gonna go and try to put the fender flares over it. Like I said, it's not pretty. I'm not meaning it to be pretty. I want this to be more like a rugged, full-on like rally style build Mustang. So I'm okay with that. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this up and we're gonna keep going from there. Hi there guys, this is Jeffrey from the future. As I was editing this video, this is the part where I realized I was getting frustrated with what was going on. So I figured I should take time out to kind of explain things a little bit better. In this video, I was getting frustrated because of the tools I was using wasn't exactly correct. The saw blade, which I said before, wasn't exactly a saw blade, if that makes sense. I think I had a sanding blade on the angle grinder, so that's the reason why I wasn't cutting through the metal properly. So I was getting frustrated with that, and then also the hardware that I bought with the fender flare kit. The screws that I bought were a little bit too long, so as you're going to see in this next clip, when I was kind of screwing it through, it was a little bit too long. So you know, after kind of filming this video and like looking at it, I realized, you know, a lot of stuff was just on me. So I went back to the store and I purchased some shorter bolts. They're almost more like a riv nut type of bolt that I'm going to be using on when I do the rest of the fender flare kit. But I do finish at least one in this video, so you know, if you want to finish the video, you can finish the video and you can see how it looks. But I still plan on actually finishing all of the fender flares on the Mustang. I just did the one for right now just because of things just weren't working out the way I wanted them to work out, and didn't quite look the way I wanted it to look. So I'm going to probably take out some of the screws that I have on this one and then put in the new bolts. And then yeah, but I figured I should take some time out and just let you guys know, kind of explain exactly what was going on. But the way that I cut out the rust, I realized I'm not going to cut it all of it completely out. I'm just going to cut out, you know, all the major rust that's inside of the fender or inside the wheel well. And it's probably going to be like a little bit that's going to be left, just because I want to make sure that there's enough metal to attach the fender flares to. So I didn't want to, if I would have cut it completely out, I would have to like move the fender flares so high up, it wouldn't really look that right. But yeah, so now that I said that, we're gonna continue with the video. Got it? Good. Alright guys, so let me let you guys know exactly how everything's been going. First things first, one thing I'm realizing, Harbor Freight tools, they're good for using, I don't know, they're good to a certain extent. One thing I'm realizing that the tools I'm using, it's making things a lot difficult, or a lot more difficult than what it really should be. You should be using like a much more higher grade power drill and be using your drill bits like that can go through like steel. So that's kind of what was kind of my hang up. I was having issues like getting through the fender flare and then getting through the fender of the vehicle. The other thing though was getting the right screws. I got steel screws, which I thought they would work, or steel like I guess they are screws. But I'm finding it's still kind of difficult to kind of go through the actual fender flare and everything like that. Some of them were like bending, so I'm gonna have to go back and buy some more. But I think for what it is, I think it looks okay. Cutting off the rust, I think that part went well. Sanding it down, I mean, there's only so much that you can do without using like, without getting like an actual like a real cutter to like cut out the pieces of the fender well. But I didn't want to cut out too much because I needed there to be something left for me to actually screw in the fender flares. But I think for what it is, I think it looks okay. Does it look great? No. But once again, this vehicle is going to be a much more like a rugged vehicle, so I just want to cover up the rust because I think it looked terrible before. How does it look right now? I mean, does it look great? Not really. I had some overspray. I thought that was going to get covered up by that, but I think having these like brass screws, I think that makes it look a little bit better. This one's like bent. I'm gonna have to take this one out and redo it, but I'm running out of screws. I'm gonna have to go back to the store and buy some more. I think I don't know if I'm gonna do the front. I like the way the rear looks because it makes the rear look a little more meaty. I mean, I think it would look best if I had it all on all four, but I think I might just do the rear for right now and then eventually do the front if I really want to. But all steps. I'm kind of upset that this like overspray went over here. I mean, granted though, some of this was like here before I even did anything, like before I sanded it down underneath and like sprayed some of the rust stuff over it. Some of this was like here. I think the previous owner tried to like cover it up as much as they could, but you know, it is what it is. The number one thing I would suggest if you are going to do this is to get better tools. I mean, you can get by with the Harbor Freight tools, but like my rule of thumb is always use the tools from Harbor Freight until they break, and then when they break, that means that you've used it enough that you can justify buying better tools. That's my system that I always used. But yeah, I can definitely see where my tools were kind of my limiting factor. I mean, some of it was my fault because especially for the angle grinder, I didn't have the correct actual like saw blade for it. The other thing that I am going to be doing is putting on the roof rack and hopefully a basket on top of the vehicle, because like I said, this is going to be a more rally style build, a little bit different. I want to make this look a little bit different, so we're going to go in that direction. But I will say though, I think it's coming along nicely. I think this is going to be something different for the channel, and really not many people are doing this on YouTube. I've seen only a few people do this. A few people on Reddit had like a off-road like rally style Mustang, so I think this would be something a little bit different for you guys. But yeah guys, like that, I'm gonna end the video here. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a like. Let me know in the comment section below how you think it looks, and if you're going to run these fender flares on your vehicle, let me know what vehicle you're going to be running it on. I'm leaving a link in the description for the fender flares that I bought for this Mustang, so if you're interested, check it out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.